You are what you think. A man is what he thinketh. And if you're only thinking about pussy, weed, the next high, the next nicotine hit, that's exactly what you are. A fucking quick fix isn't gonna fix you. You need to uncover who you are and dig deep to find out. You have to understand that if you're constantly thinking about pussy, if pussy's always on your mind, you have the mind of a pussy. If that vape, if that weed is always on your mind, you have the mind of a bitch, and you'll never actually fix your problems that are paving the way for you to get that quick fix. So you're trying to fix your life quickly, but you have to understand that everything that's valuable comes through time under tension. So you have to have time under tension to create a certain attention, and that tension will manifest certain events, certain things you will accumulate over time. But you have to understand, life is like working out. When you're working out, time under attention is going to dictate how much muscle you're going to put on, right? If we don't worry about the food. I'm just talking about working out, right? Same thing with every fucking thing else in your life. Like, that's why working out's mandatory. It's like you're working out your mind. It's like you're relieving the tension of, bullshit in your mind. So you have to understand that if you have all these tensions that are stealing your attention, then you won't have much tension. You won't have much intention to go do some shit to better your life. So if you have attention at the problem instead of the solution, then that attention is going to manifest inferior tendencies such as vaping, trying to get a quick fix in life, just dumb shit that dumb people do to try to solve a problem that they could easily solve if they just put their mind in the right time under tension, in the right place for attention, in the right place for attention. And if you can't do that, you're gonna have a miserable life, because you're never ever gonna be able to solve a problem. You're never ever gonna have the solution, the key to open the door that's going to open you to a bunch of abundant opportunities to solve the problem that you're trying to fix. And you have to understand the problem you're trying to solve. There's a lot of people in the world with that same problem. So when you solve that problem, you literally create a neurological pathway that you had to walk. You create a path of resistance that you had to walk. And now, since you've walked that path, you can bestow that onto other people so they don't have to figure it out how you figured it out, which was the path of most resistance. You can give them the path of least resistance, and now they've just solved a problem that was causing a tension and resistance in their life through the path of least resistance, because you were the man, you were the person, you were the superior example of who had to walk that path to make sure that you could solve that problem. And now you can bestow that as a gift onto others. And the happiness, the true happiness that you'll see in the eyes of another individual, the tears that will fall from an individual's eyes because you bestowed to them the solution to all their problems, or at least the problem that was causing a lot of attention and incoherency in their life. And that just makes you a different person. Your character will develop, the way you act, the way you assert yourself, your confidence, your self-esteem, everything will just amplify and maximize, because that's who you're being. You created an individual that people needed, and then you gave that individual to people. And that individual, you to become that, you must individuate through that path of most resistance. And that path of most resistance is the path you must walk. And that path is going to create the individual you must be to succeed in life. Because succession is dictated by value. Success is nothing but value over time times energy. Quoted from my mentor. If you have value, then you can serve that to the world and exchange that for value. So if we have one value in the form of information, remember, information, you're informing to a certain formation because you were informed. If you have value of information and you exchange that for value of money, because money is value, but money is more like exchange, like you exchange value for value, right? So money is a different form. That's a transactional. You're transitioning, you're acquisitioning money for value, right? Because money is valueless. We just apply value to it, because with money, with that type, certain form of value, you can exchange that for different forms of value, right? So when we have money and we have information that is valuable, we can exchange that. And that's why you need to get the one-on-one coaching with neoteric dissolution, so we can disolutionize all your problems. We'll get you fit, we'll get you enlightened, we'll get you knowledgeable, and we'll get your mind right to solve all the problems, and you can walk around like the individual you always needed. Understand that I'm walking the path that you must walk to become the individual you needed. So if you come to me with your problems, we will walk that path together. And there's nothing sharper than a man who's sharpening each other. If we can, iron sharpens iron. If we're sharpening each other, you will walk that path as a relentless beast, and you won't be stopped. You won't come to a blockage in your pathway because you got neoteric dissolution pushing that shit with you. It doesn't have to be literally. It can be mentally, physically. I can be the person you can lean onto, because when life gets tough and you have no one to lean onto, I will be that flashlight that is flashing the way towards your destination. Because I've been there. I've been in the position where you feel as if it's only you in life. But if you can get that flashlight, if you can get that enlightened individual, that thorough soul, that real soul, that soul that really genuinely wants to dig deep and help you, you will walk that path enlightened. And there's nothing better than to have somebody in the position you are or have been walking with you, because now you know you're a guarantee, right? When you're walking alone, you don't know because you're walking by yourself. But if you can walk with someone who's already been where you are, then you're gonna amount to nothing but success, and it's all on you. But if you can have that vision, if you can have that person to constantly just push your boundaries, you will make it. And I'm not some dickhead, like, bro, this is love. This is love. I'm trying to empower you. I'm trying to bring you to the destination you want to be. But you're not going to get there by staying the same low-level piece of shit. So you got me to make sure you don't stay there, and we'll push together in life. Now, understand that, again, you are what you think. So if you thought about everything but the destination and how I'm going to help you get there, that's what you are, and you're probably not going to be successful. But if you're locked in on the destination, you would take the risk. You would get the coaching and take the risk just to find out. You know how many coaching programs I bought? You know how many risks? You know how much money I've spent just to develop my own mind? And it was all worth it. I've spent money on shit that I didn't need to spend money on, but at the same time, I spent money on shit that I did need to spend money on. But if I wasn't taking the risk to spend money on the shit I didn't need money on, then I wouldn't have got to the position of where I could get lucky enough to extract value from a certain thing that I had to risk. Because you don't know before you do it. So everything is a risk. So when you take the risk, you can find out for yourself, and that's called experience. That's called wisdom. Now you know. Now you can even, if you're intelligent, if you have a logical cognition ability to recognize and see on the cues if something's gonna benefit you or destroy you, then I'm telling you right now, you're gonna recognize that you're gonna get somewhere in life, right? And you're gonna walk that path enlightened. So just put your problems in the hands of me, and I will help you get there. Peace, power, and prosperity. Peace.